Hi everyone, my name is Xinchen Hua. My presentation is about the reading, power and the news media in week 2, section 4. So let's get started. Here are the topics for my presentations. And first, let's explain the key terms. The first one is social power. Social power here be summarized defined as a social relation between groups or institutions involving the control by a more powerful groups or institution of the action and the minds of a less powerful groups. And second is the dominance. Dominance usually involves the process of reproduction that involves strategy aimed at the continuous preferable access to social resources and the legitimation of such inequality. And third, forums of access to media by elites. Elites group or institution, on the other hand, may be defined by their broader range or scope of pattern of access to public or other important discourses and community events. In my opinion, the social power is the most common tools for the powerful groups to reach their dominance. And the dominance, for example, white male dominance, in this article gives a different meaning as we learned in the week 1, section 1. It is used to distinguish legitimate or acceptable power from power abuse. And the forums of access to media by elites, which has a notable effect when manipulating by the elite groups who has more posters than normal groups. And the point that I agree with. The quote is that because the media usually lack access to the sanctions that others such as legal or bureaucratic institution may apply in cases of non-compliance, mind control by the media can never be complained. I think that point is easy to understand and accept because media is just a reflection of the social mainstreams or the popular ideology. Like the old saying goes, 1,000 readers have 1,000 Shakespeares. The understanding of the news or media are different among different social groups or individuals. Also, the action is hard to be unified since they are not only need an agreeable attitude towards the opinion for the information on the internet, but also need actions to be able to be really able to cater to their personal interest. Even the reader's opinion be led by the popular mainstream. It is also hard to make sure that it caters to the most common people's interests. So it's hard to reach a dominance. And the points that I disagree with, the quote is that, in other words, powerlessness may involve limited access to mass-mediated discourses due to a failure to understand news texts themselves or the events such texts are about. However, I partially disagree with that opinion because our growth of accessibility of the internet and the popularity of the media. The traditional media has experienced drastic decreasing of the popularity in recent years. Instead, the rise of media has become the dominant channel for people to acknowledge the world. Media gives more chances to speak out the truth to the public with huge numbers of play. Even the lack of educated people can easily get their point because using the simple words to explain the news and the words, it's a mainstream for those bloggers to win the public eyes, and they're willing to do that. Even it may include some personal explanation or emotions, but there's numbers of shooters showing their opinions. With combinations, readers would get a balanced, fair understanding of the event. I think the thesis for the article is to help us understand the media power for elite group to raise their dominance. In recent years, I think the most notable example of elite group using the property of social power in media is Donald Trump, the former president, who have made huge amount of declaration in the social media. His claims of fake news has caused large swaths of the public to lose trust in mainstream media, and the journalism are even harder to do their job and lead to proliferations of propaganda media. Here are some steps you can easily find the rules in the article, and it is a classic example of elite group using the social media. His use of social power can be listed into 4 steps. In gun revolution, for example, first, treating racism as personal ideology. Second, selecting the media like Twitter as his poster to the public. Thirdly, based on the dominance of white male and saying for the victims. Fourth, advocate his advocates to support him and support for his ideas. And finally, here are the links that might be help us to understand the article. And thanks for your listening. Have a nice day.